What's the good word, Josh? Your boy DKB here. We're about 19 to 20 days or so away from training camp officially kicking off, and the New York Jets still have a single rookie unsigned in the Yak King, Malachi Corley, wide receiver. And a lot of this I feel like is just water off your back, if you will. It's not really that big of an ordeal here. We've seen plenty of guys, Zach Wilson himself, right, being one of our most recent top draft picks that took a long time, even going into training camp in certain cases, and it always ultimately gets worked out, right? That's one of the huge benefits from seeing the CBA ratifications they made previously, is that a lot of the stuff is really locked in place, set in stone for the most part. The only thing people are really going to be debating about is something like offset language, right? We already know what the ballpark range of the guarantees or the total contract value should look like. Rookies generally are only going to be debating offset language and maybe how the scheduling of the bonuses get issued, for example, right? And if I recall with Zach Wilson, that was his biggest thing, offset language, and how was his payments actually going to end up being scheduled out for him. Now, with Malachi Corley, it seems like the play here for him may be about the offset language. And just to kind of recap that really quick, as simplistic as I can, the offset language basically is that if a player is released by a team, when he goes to his new team, his contract can be subtracted from what his previous team owes. In other words, if a player doesn't have offset language, they have the ability to double dip. They have the previous team paying them whatever it is that they were owed, indebted money, for example. And then the new team, they're also acquiring that new contract and the bonuses and guarantees, etc. The NFL has a long-standing history of not really wanting to go that route, but we've seen teams definitely give in, right? Especially when you're talking about players at pivotal positions. And it seems like the leverage play for Malachi Corley here is that you've seen him recently get awarded the most impactful rookie title, and it seems like his camp is using that essentially against the New York Jets in these arguments, right? The discussion essentially being, I don't want offset language, not that you need me more than I need you, but in year one, a crucial Super Bowl window for you guys, Aaron Rodgers coming off a significant injury, all the free agent investments that you've made, Malachi has the rare opportunity to slot himself into a potential starting role, right? One of the inhibitors there is the fact that Xavier Gibson has such a stunning OTA. When you want to talk about him building his chemistry with Aaron Rodgers, a lot of it, again, wasn't necessarily from a skill set perspective that I was seeing, but still him helping decimate the defense when it came to exploiting those gaps and holes in zone coverage. So Malachi Corley kind of has that working against him if that is his play. But ultimately, it looks like his projected contract is going to be about 4 years, $6.1 million. I don't think he'll want to be held up by this offset language, debate / argument, if you will, for too much longer, right? You want to essentially go into training camp with a, fresh, I don't know where I was going at, but basically, you from the rookie perspective, when you hear a lot of these guys talk about their rookie year, not just from the New York Jets perspective, but the NFL as a whole, they talk about how absolutely draining it was, right? You're going straight from the college season to prepping for the NFL Combine. From the NFL Combine, you're doing tons and tons and tons of, top 30 visits or scheduled workouts for teams, other interview sessions, right? And then once that's all done and you finally get drafted or you go undrafted, you got to figure out how you're going to start moving things to your new home, getting acclimated to your new team, getting used to the regimen, etc., etc. There's a long step away, right? They're literally not really getting any breaks, assuming they're healthy, until that next off season, and then this short period of time that we're getting here. But even in Corley's case, right, we know he's shacking up with Aaron Rodgers to try to get any little advantage he can in his rookie season to hit the field running. So ultimately, hopefully this is a non-issue, and we hear he gets his rookie contract signed here pretty soon, and it ends up being water under the bridge. But if this does linger in training camp, I doubt it'd be a huge issue, right? He showed up to all the OTA stuff, even when he had his nicks and bruises that kept him from being out on the field. So obviously he seems like he's fully invested. This is just one of those business side issues that needs to be resolved. But let me know what you guys think about Malachi Corley and his year one impact and this contract issue, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace.